Hello students, today we are going to do another literary term and this would be the last in your course. I have already done all the literary terms in my previous videos. Now this literary term is called alliteration. What is alliteration? Now in alliteration, words that begin with the same sound. I repeat, the words which begin with the same sound, not the same alphabet. So the words that begin with the same sound which are placed close together, that is called an alliteration. So alliteration is often repetition of the sound. Now it is the repetition of the same consonant sounds at the beginning of the words that are in close proximity to each other. Now this repetition of sound brings attention to the line in which it is used, and it creates more rhythm. In poems, alliteration can also be referred to repeated consonant sounds in the stressed syllables of a line. For example, I say, you have the sonnet, went to the sessions of sweet silent thought. So there is a line, and then can I grieve at grievances forgone. So now in this case, G sound is alliterative. It is in grieve, it is in grievances, it is in foregone. So foregone, why I am saying this? Because the stressed syllable in foregone starts with G, gone. For is something which we are not stressing. Gone is the word which we are giving emphasis. So it is the third word with G, sound. So it is alliteration. Now, alliteration has been used as a literary device in the English language for many hundred of years, and it is prevalent in all the works of literature, whether it is poems, whether it is essays. From the 18th century Old English poems, you can find alliteration. Alliteration is most common in poems, though it can be found even in prose, in drama also. It is often used in the real world in things like nursery rhymes and famous speeches and advertising slogans. Like Jack and Jill went up the hill. So Jack and Jill, they actually can be alliterative. Now there is a difference between alliteration, assonance and consonance. Alliteration, assonance and consonance are all similar in that they contain the repetition of certain sounds. But assonance refers to the repetition of the vowels in the close proximity, vowel sound. So if I say the wall is very tall, so here O is the vowel sound, so this is assonance. Consonant refers to the repetition of the consonant sounds in the close proximity. Now, it can be very identical to the definition of the alliteration, but consonants can occur at any place in the word beginning, middle or end. It does not matter whether the syllables are stressed for the repetition of the consonant sounds, so it can appear anywhere. And in alliteration, this is a special case of consonants, since it is restricted only to the beginning of the word or the beginning of the stressed syllable. As I said, grieve at grievances forgone. For example, if I say, but a better butter makes her batter better. So this is an alliteration. Better butter makes a batter better. So both sentences are alliterative. Another sentence is, a big bully beats a baby boy. So here both the sentences have the repetition of the sound B. Okay, and this is called the alliteration. Now an important point to remember is that alliteration does not depend on letters, alphabets, but it depends on the sound. So that is alliteration. For example, if I say cigarette and chase, so cigarette starts with C, chase starts with C, but the sound is different. One is cigarette sound, chase has ch sound. This is not an alliteration. So now I'll just give you an example from Coleridge's poem, The Rime of Ancient Mariner. It is a very, very popular poem. The fair breeze blew, the white foam flew. The fair breeze blew. So breeze blew. So this is an alliteration. The white foam flew. Foam flew is an alliteration. The furrow followed free. Again an alliteration. Fur. Furrowed, follow, free. So we have the alliteration be and b and fur. Okay. So alliteration has a very vital role in poetry as in prose as well. It can be called a stylistic device. Stylistic means in order to ornamentize, in order to make your sentence beautiful, in which a number of words having the same first consonant sound occur close together in a series. Actually, it creates a musical effect in the text that enhances the pleasure of reading a literary piece. It makes reading and recitation of the poems attractive and appealing, and therefore it becomes very easy to learn it by heart. Furthermore, it renders a flow, a beauty to the piece of writing. Thank you.